Okay, good. You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. So we have two new beginnings occurring for all of us on a collective basis at our Aquarius new moon that's coming up on February 8th. The first is the Sabian Symbology that's imbued at the degree point, the 19-degree Aquarius degree point of this particular new moon. Fascinating symbol, a large white dove bearing a message. Now, a lot of us are working through exponential levels of transparency. The release of any remnants of self-delusion, getting completely clear about ourselves, about various things in our lives, you know, what's been going on. And this message here, a large white dove bearing a message, is talking about clarity descending. So after many months, in fact, over the course of much of 2015, many people were feeling quite stuck or confused, or there were many threads, possibilities, potentials, and there was no clarity about which direction to go. This is talking about clarity arrives. There's a different energy that is supporting movement. Now, we get into the new Chinese New Year. The red fire monkey begins on this new moon. So the actual point of the Chinese New Year with the new animal, the new energies that coming into play, takes place on the second new moon after the winter solstice. And this year of the fire monkey is so supportive of moving all of the insights, the intuitions, the ideas, the projects that have been wanting to come into play over the course of the last 12 to 24 months. So be prepared. This year is going to be active, clever, playful, adventurous, a bit of a trickster element at play, sassy. You know, this is about being discerning. This is about going with the flow. This is about really owning your power, kind of stepping into a new state of confidence, which is very exciting. So we're all going to be fed by this fire monkey year. Now, one thing I want to mention before we move on is that the new moon symbol, a large white dove bearing a message, is interesting in that over the course of the summer, if you recall, we had two events that occurred at the 21-degree Leo point, and that symbol was a carrier pigeon fulfilling its mission. Interesting. We had Venus conjunct Jupiter at that point, and we had a new moon later in the summer at that same point. So we had then a carrier pigeon fulfilling its mission, and now here we are 6 months later, a large white dove bearing a message. So don't be clear and don't be fooled. This is a time of clarity. It is at hand for you if you take it, if you sit, if you become still, if you meditate. There is information that can come to you now. It's a ripe time for you to, one, gain clarity, and two, move forward like the monkey. Gemini, welcome. So we are doing your I Ching coin throw live this month. And this is something I've been wanting to do. So this will continue at least for some of the future months, if not all of them. So let's take a look and see what I Ching hexagram is coming forward to reflect your Gemini energy set, your microcycle for Gemini-centric people over the course of this Aquarius February 8th new moon cycle. So we can see here when we throw the coins, there are, of course, two sides to every coin, and each side represents a specific value. So you received 3 tails, so that's a value of 2 each, which gives us a 6. And the 6 gives us a broken line. Now a note for those of you who know the I Ching, the different values either give simple lines, either a solid line or a broken line. That is considered a simple line. Or it gives transforming lines. So a solid line or a broken line, that is a transforming line. But for these general scopes, I only pull up the core hexagram, the initial hexagram that comes forward. So I only record them as simple lines, Gemini. So let's see. So we have 1 head and 2 tails. Okay. Have 2 heads and 1 tail. Gemini. And 1 more. So we built the hexagram up from the bottom. Okay, so let's see what we have for you. So we have a broken line at the bottom, a solid line, a broken line, solid, broken, broken. So each one of these is a trigram, and the name of the top one here is Chen. The name of the bottom here is Con. And when we take Chen above Con, we have Gemini, number 40. Gemini, so let's take a look at a spread and see what event, circumstance, or situation is likely to be coming forward for the majority of awakening Gemini-centric scope people. This month, I am using again, I've used this before, this is the Bral Talej Divination deck. And this is a very powerful deck of cards. One of the ones, in fact, this was my first deck that was the instigator. This was the first profound experience I had with cards. So Gemini, let's take a look. This deck was created in northern Italy in the community of Daminier, and it was inspired by a fabulous woman by the name of Shama Viola, and she utilized the artwork that was created by the founder of Daminier by the name of Falco, and incorporated as well are symbols of this ancient language that was channeled through. And I think it was channeled through Falco as well, potentially as well as other members of the community there. Gemini. See what's coming up. Oh. Oh. Gemini. So, wow. Now, this is what I want to share. This has been an astounding, the February spreads have been astounding. And one of the astounding aspects is that this beautiful little card here, big, has come up almost in every spread. Now, typically, it's been coming up in the same exact position. For you, it came up in a different position. For you, this is coming up in the emotional sector. So over the course of this new moon cycle for you, Aquarius new moon cycle starting February 8th, you will be experiencing some big emotions. And it could be in regards to, like, some excitement might be coming up for you in regards to what you want to see come to pass for yourself. This card's coming up in the spiritual sector. So it's like the big dreams that are birthing within you. There's new ideas, new insights generating within you during this time. And it could very well be that it's really bringing a great amount of joy for you. In fact, in the mental sector, you are going to have thoughts about joy. You are going to have thoughts about happiness, pleasure, being at peace, maybe being in more alignment with your beingness. This is a big deal. I mean, this is gorgeous for you, especially if we look at the center. But before we go there, the interesting thing is the breaking card is coming up at the base. And breaking has to do, first of all, the base of the spread is our foundations. So it has to do with home. It has to do with family. It has to do with the physical body, our car, our material reality, our material possessions. So at some level for you, over the course of this cycle, at least for, I would say, the majority of really tuned in and awakening Gemini-centric people, there is some break that's occurring, some separation. Now, for some of you, this could be a marriage, and it could be something happening where you decide to break, you decide to separate. But the interesting thing, Gemini, is that you are in a state of joy. And you are in an energetic state of new birth. So it could very well be that a lot of you are very kind of connected to the reality that whatever might be breaking or disintegrating, or any separation that you are experiencing at this time, you're understanding the bigger picture of it. And indeed, you are in a state of readiness. So for whatever this new birth is that wants to come to pass, you're seeing it as useful. Again, whatever break is occurring, there's some understanding that a lot of you are assimilating, that you are embodying during the course of this cycle. And you're understanding that your soul is in a state of readiness, and you might be understanding the usefulness of the function of anything that has previously appeared to you as not working or being wrong. Yeah? In fact, I should say that this card at the base could be things that things that are wrong, things that aren't happening the way you think they should be going. The interesting thing again is that you are in a state, a mental state of joy, and you're feeling new birth, and you are feeling big emotions. Now, it could be that for some of you that this isn't big, meaning grandiose, meaning a feeling or a sense of excitement. For some of you, it could be that you're actually just accessing big emotions, like there's a flood of tears, or there's a flood of various kinds of emotions regarding movements that are happening. And if this is a break of either a relationship or some physical property, like if there's something that breaks over the course of this cycle, which it could be a computer, a car, something physical, that somehow you're seeing the bigger picture and you're understanding that you're ready for new birth anyway. So you're accessing joy with whatever is going on there. Love it for you. So let me pull an angel card for you. This is my angel cards from Findhorn. So this is a bit of an international reading here. Let's see what wants to come for Gemini. This is going to be guidance for you. Oh, see, this is just, I don't know if there could be a more perfect card. Gratitude. So Gemini, this is the guidance. For you to access gratitude and appreciation at a very core foundational cellular level, you will be served. You will be served because you will then easily begin to perceive and access the joy with whatever has broken, either physical or relationship-wise. So, gratitude for this month is the guidance that just feels really good for you. Now, let's move on to your Dakini. As you know, if you've tuned in before, we are going to pull up the Dakini Goddess to bring forward what embodiment would optimally serve you to really flow through this new moon cycle with least effort and happiness, joy, flow, bliss, least effort. So let's take a look and see what's coming up for you there. Gemini. So let's move now to this final component. I am pulling up Penny Slinger's 64 Dakini Oracle, and I do this to bring forward the goddess, the Dakini, the embodiment for you that would be optimal if you want to walk through this cycle with least effort and maximal flow. This month, you are receiving number 58, Medicina, and this is what Penny writes. Medicina uses earth medicine to open up consciousness and take one into super consciousness. Medicina is in charge of the medicine the natural world gifts to humankind, mainly from the plant kingdom, to include mushrooms, cacti, and other serums from nature. She is here for the healing of the body, mind, and spirit. Some of her medicine heals the physical body, some the mind and its perceptions, some the spirit and its doubts and burdens, some the heart, and some heals all at once. I'm going to read two components here for you. The first is the transmission, And the other is the affirmation for Medicina for you. The transmission is this: I am the wisdom of the green, the transmission in the spores, purveyor of encoded wisdom of ancient earth and galactic futures. Unlock the secret codes. Prepare to die to be reborn. Dissolve all you know. Become one with universal wisdom. I dissolve all myths of separation. Medicina's affirmation for you, Gemini, is this: I realize that I am part of everything, and everything is part of me. I can heal myself by listening to the universe within and offering it what it needs to balance its system and attune to the natural mystic order. I love this for you. Gemini, I wish you a fantastic month ahead. A reminder for any couples out there that I'm having an $88 special couples relationship spread personalized video, along with a free offering throughout the entire month of February. It is the archetypal profile for relationships. So the free offering is the profile that looks at the archetypal stories that live between you and your partner. So for anybody that orders their private video couples reading, I will provide a free relationship archetypal profile throughout the month of February. A great offer. I wish you a beautiful month. Talk to you soon. Bye.